Hey guys, it's Sasha with Rice and Raw, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through one of my leg days. This is my version 1 of leg day where I start with squats. And here I'm starting my warm-up set of 65 pounds for 12 reps. Squats are a key compound movement, and in my opinion, every woman should be squatting. Squats are going to give you a lean and toned leg, and it's going to lift your bottom. A few things to note when you're squatting. You want to go all the way down to 90 degrees. Now some of my squats, I'm going maybe 80, 85 degrees down, and I did not realize that till I recorded myself. So it's actually very helpful if you are able to get someone to record you while you lift to see your form and to make sure you're doing it correctly. So I'm gonna have to start working on going all the way down to 90 degrees. Also, what you want to focus on when you are pushing up, you want to push up through the outsides of your heels. You do not want to be balancing on your toes when you're squatting. You almost want to be all the weight completely off your toes. So as far as weight goes, if you're newer to lifting, I would suggest starting with the bar or even a smaller bar to get you going. And you'll know if this is too heavy for you because when you are coming up out of the squat, if your back isn't strong enough to handle the weight, you might be struggling to correct your posture. So you want to watch out for this and make sure that you aren't lifting so heavy that this is happening. You can also notice if you're lifting too heavy, when you are coming up out of the squat, your knees may end up caving in, and you want to correct this right away. You want to make sure your knees are parallel to your shoulders, and you do not want them to be quivering or wavering. What helps is to watch them in the mirror as you come up out of the squat. And what you'll notice is that your weaker leg, which is in my case, my left leg, may start caving in, and you'll start depending on your right leg. You want to be conscious of this and correct this as soon as possible, because if you continue training like this, your right leg is going to become stronger while your left leg will be depending on it, and your muscles will form in an uneven way. And just remember, you never want to sacrifice your form for lifting heavier weights. So here's my first attempt at lifting 155 pounds in a squat, and here I get to show you how to use the crash landing because I was not able to do it. So here is my attempt, and then I just slowly lowered it down onto the crash bar. So this is very important that you do squat with a squat rack like this so that you can just get out of it very easily and not injure yourself.
Concentrate on getting this first one. getting this first one is going to be the hardest one. But if you get it, the other ones will be easier.
And for the most efficient and quick results, I do suggest going until failure. And oh, there's me being awkward, shaking his hand. And here we have the leg press. Now, when I place my feet on the leg press, I try to put them up much higher so then they target more of my butt area instead of my quads. Now this machine is quite quad intensive, so if you are already quite quad dominant, I would suggest not doing this too often because your legs will build up very quickly. So I started off with 245 pounds on each side, which is 90 pounds total. Now I'm at 180 pounds, and you do want to take your time when you're doing this. You see me right here. It takes a while to go through each rep. You do not want to rush this. You want to feel the burn, and you will feel the burn. A few important things to note: when you are pushing your legs back up, make sure your knees are not caving in. Similar to squats, if you are tired, if the weight is too heavy, your knees will start caving in. You want to make sure your knees are parallel. And also, when you are completely extended at the end of each rep, you do not want to lock out your knees. Please do not do that. I have seen videos of people's legs actually breaking when they do this. So always keep a slight bend in your knee for safety. And here I'm trying out 360 pounds for the first time, so I will get to show you how to use your hands when you are not able to push up, so you can spot yourself in this move. As you can see, I place my hands on my knees and I push up. And here's a really cool variation of a lunge. Since my knees bother me when I lunge, my friend suggested this, and this has been really helpful, so thank you, Colin. This is a Smith machine. People also use this for other movements, but right now I'm using it for the lunges, and as you can see there, I'm using a step up to lunge up towards, and every time I'm going up, I'm using only the leg that is bending, and I am focusing on just that movement. You do not need to lift very heavy for this because you really want to isolate the muscles and focus on them and not lose your form on this. And for the height of this step up, I found that 3 blocks underneath the step up is a really good height for me. So try that out and then adjust it from there for your height. All right, now this is one of my favorite moves. It is such a booty builder. So here I have these little straps that I tie around my ankles using the Velcro, and luckily my gym offers these, but I'm sure you can find them online for a pretty low price. And I will attach them to the pulley. I bring the pulley all the way down, and I will hold on to the bar there, and I will just kick back, straight leg, and then I will kick all the way up. And you want to be able to raise your leg all the way up so it hits your upper glutes. So this is another move that I tend to keep the weight on the lower side because I want to be able to lift my leg all the way up so I feel it in my upper glutes. So if you're new and you want to get started off lifting weights, I would suggest going to the gym 1 to 2 times a week. You don't want to shock your system and jump in and try to do 5 days a week because you will be so sore you will not be able to move. When you lift, what you're doing is you're breaking down the muscle every time you're lifting weights. So if you do this enough, then the muscle will need to repair and it will build up stronger. So in the following days after you lift, especially for the first few times, you will feel very, very sore. You might not be able to walk upstairs or walk downstairs. So to prevent a lot of the pain, I would suggest to stretch after your workouts. Spend at least 20 minutes stretching. And as you can see here, I am completely exhausted. And you want to get to this point where you are so tired, and then you need to push past that. That's where the gains come. That is where you build that muscle and strength, and that's what separates you from the average Joe at the gym. And to get the most out of every workout, you need to make sure you're carved up beforehand. So in my recent video, I was talking to Stephanie from Naturally Stephanie, and she likes to try to have raw food before she goes to the gym. She gets all carved up beforehand, and then she'll have some protein and fat afterwards. For me, I definitely need to have my bananas in the morning. I need to get my carbs in, but I also like to have a little bit of cooked food before I go to the gym. It'll probably be some rice, or some leftovers from the night before. But I do like to have a little bit of cooked food, so it's going to be up to you guys what works best for you. So experiment with that. Just make sure you are all carved up and ready to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this gave you some good ideas for when you go to the gym, and I hope you're having a happy and healthy day. Bye.